goodness.
You are usually louder.
Oh, look at that. It's official now. Theme song's on. I need to turn my mic up a little bit. So for those of
Mama
you
wants to be louder.
who have listened to this, I do want to. Damn it, it's my show.
Princess problems.
Princess problems. That's better. So, DJ Deep Rogers, our in-house DJ, is not only helping us today with our audio video, because obviously we need it, but it's he's also the composer of the theme song that's been stuck in your head for the last year. We have a theme song. We have a theme song. Sorry. Yeah, good. Oh my goodness. We're so professional. He
We
just
are a
turned it off.
high-tech organization.
Anyways, welcome everybody to our first anniversary party. I can't believe it's been
People
like
cheer so
65
they know that
years.
there's people here.
65 years.
65 years? Wait, what?
Sorry. I asked Cynthia to kind of be my my co-host, my work wife, to kind of organize things today because my brain's not on it. I've been in the kitchen for the last few days prepping for Cinefest, which starts tomorrow.
Woohoo!
So aside from getting the all the audio, video, and doing the pre-planning here, aside from that, I just showed up today, which is kind of a nice surprise for me. Anyways, welcome everybody. We're gonna go and do the run-up. Everyone can introduce themselves, starting from the far right.
Hey guys, Deke Zayer here.
Stacy Bonner
Cynthia Saget.
and Stephanie Piche.
Woo!
Yay.
Well, it's the funny. You guys didn't even like say anything about
Okay,
yourselves.
sorry. Okay. So, Deke, why are you here? Why were you invited to be a part of this podcast?
Why am I here? Why am I part of the podcast?
Because we made you
Where
come is
started?
another reason?
Because I was, no, it wasn't like that at all. It was Stephanie and I ended up going for coffee once, right? This is on though. It's on.
There,
Really?
now we can hear you.
So Stephanie and I ended up going for coffee, just talking about a profession, and just on the spot, she asked me to be part of the podcast. What brought to the conversation initially was we were kind of interested in each other's brands, and that kind of just propelled itself into the conversation where I started talking about my brand, she started talking about her brand. It's like, I'm great, no, you're great, you should be on my show. Yes,
Isn't
I
that how
will be on
every
your
coffee
show.
date starts? No, I love. No, you're awesome. No, you're awesome.
That's kind of how it started.
And I figured he could put up with 3 girls for
So-
each show.
And I've done an okay job.
He's done all right. So Deke, I'm just
still
going to
here.
put it out there. Deke is our token male.
Yeah, I am.
And bless him for putting up with these very
Yes.
very strong, opinionated female presences, and he's done quite well with it. And poor Deke, he's so red right now.
No, because I'm thinking something in my head that I can't say
Be
out loud.
appropriate.
Just a
Be
term.
appropriate,
I
Deke.
can't be appropriate.
Well, the
with
funny thing is that there's a lot of times that people don't see behind the scenes where we have, because we have like a group chat between the 4 of us that we do through Facebook Messenger. And so we just message each other as the group, and a lot of times it's, I think I'm going to wear my black dress tonight. No, I'm thinking I'm going to put what if I wear flats or should I wear heels? And do we have to do makeup today? And I was laughing after a while. You realize that Deke's not even answering our part of the conversation. He's just giving up on us.
it. No, I'm writing my actual answer to someone in the audience.
Sorry, Deke, are we interrupting your social life? Should we
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Sent.
I'm like, I feel like he's also like the youngest of the crowd, and that explains a lot why he's the one who's still on his damn phone.
I'm here.
He's present.
Okay,
He's present. Stacy.
Does Stacy want to say how she started this podcast? It's a funny story.
Well, it is a funny story, I guess.
Okay, you can. I'm gonna let you tell it so you can edit it as necessary.
Well,
I'm gonna reveal the truth after, so you may as well just go for it.
it's probably more funnier if someone else says it than me.
Okay, so we went to this wine event, and I won't name the specific event, and
That I was a sponsor of.
you were a sponsor, so she invited myself and Sarah Lashbrook, who's been on our show in the past, and we all went to this wine event, and of course, if there's a wine event, Steph's gonna be there, right? So we were sitting around
Shocker.
the table, and I kept saying to Stacy, I'm like, honey, water's really good. Like, I feel like water and food
I
is a
think
thing.
food. It was food too, right?
Food. I could not get her to eat food.
And
so
just step back. I actually had just arrived from Ireland.
yes,
the
so she
day
was
before.
jet lagged, and drinking the wine and refusing
That's
the
our
food.
hashtag princess problems. I
Right?
just had jet lag because I got back from Ireland.
Hashtag fancy.
Rough life, rough life. And so that night, so I was sitting with Steph and her husband Norm, but I was also on Stacy's table, so going back and forth between my friends as you do when you're like super cool, which I'm not. But anyways,
You are.
you're
very
I'm
cool.
So cool.
You are.
So at one point I'm like, well, you know Stacy, don't you? She's like, I think I know Stacy. And Stacy's like, I think I know Steph. And so while they were both having wine, we introduced them. and the rest was history.
Bottles.
Bottles of
Sometimes
wine.
just bottles of wine.
And then there were 4.
It's funny how people multiply when alcohol's involved.
I think I sent you a direct message like 2 days later. I'm like,
Do you
Stace,
remember
Do
me?
you remember me?
I didn't even say, do you remember? I just said, hey, it was great chatting with you the other night. Do you have any interest in being in a podcast? And she goes, are you sure you're messaging the right person? You drank with me the other night, so I think you'd really fit in well.
If it's any consolation, she did message me first. She's like, so is Stacy kind of cool? Like, no, Stacy's cool. We'll bring her. She's as crazy as I am, so she'll make it lots of fun.
And she was cool.
All right.
She is cool.
And Cynthia, besides being my work wife,
I'm Stephanie's work wife, apparently. This is a new title.
I've anointed her my work
Sorry,
wife.
Norm. You're the other man in our relationship. I don't know what else to say. My husband's not here yet, but he'll get it
I
later.
have to share.
Yes, Deke, you have to share. So Steph and I have met kind of through industry events in Sudbury over the last, almost 10 years now. I launched my business 7 years ago, I guess. And so through various events, and so I got to tell this story because I tell it to Steph all the time when we laugh about it. So we actually ran competing catering companies. I ran a catering company at a local
I know what stories you
venue,
say.
and Stephanie ran her independent catering company, Legacy Catering. And my dad always used to say when I talk about my business and the work I was doing, he'd say, but have you met Stephanie Piche? She runs the best catering company in town. And I'd go, but Dad, I run a
But
catering
I
company
work with
too.
Deke Zare.
I know, right? I work with Deke Zare.
Yeah, you do.
Deke and I met at that same catering company. So
Yeah, you
so that
did.
is actually was my first introduction to Stephanie. Was, who is this bitch? Who is clearly better than I am at what I do because my dad says so. So no. So I had the amazing opportunity to become friends with Stephanie over the years, and we bonded over stories of the wedding industry, which is a very unique kind of animal to work with. And I'm very fortunate to kind of hitch onto her star and play around and have some fun.
Hitch onto my star.
Our husbands know that as Steph and I go and have a glass of wine, it's not a glass of wine, and one of them is coming to get us every single time.
Usually one of them's picking up the tab and the other one's picking us up.
It's exactly it. One picks up. You're absolutely right. One picks up the tab and one picks us up. This is
Well
true.
said.
So cheers to our husbands. I feel like we need to do that
Oh,
shout
yeah.
out. Yeah.
Cheers to our husbands.
You guys can't see it on the video, but Norm is actually here in person. He's not a snuffleupagus. He's here.
Everyone needs a Norm and a Mark.
Well, because he sometimes shows up he does appear on a few podcasts.
Yeah.
And he's mentioned in a few stories here and there. He did make a very brief appearance on the motorcycle show. And there's been a few other ones or whatever, but
We love Norm.
yeah, it's one of those things. There's probably a lot of podcasts. It's a good behind the scenes thing because we were only audio for the first season. That people don't realize that Norm was actually probably sitting in for most of the shows, drinking with us, but you never knew he was there.
He offers his comments off tape.
Off tape. So he'll kind of like sneak in, pull up a chair, get himself a glass of wine, listens a bit, then he goes back upstairs, does his thing. And
Although I feel like the last one we did, he provided the wine and didn't know it. Because you went, oh, should we be opening this? I don't know. It's Norm's. We'll figure it out after.
We like those nights.
I was gonna say, well, it's either him or you left wine at the studio. I know. So I mean, we don't really show a lot of the studio now that it's gonna be on video for the next season. You're gonna probably see a lot of the behind the scenes. There's a little kitchenette down there, and we kind of in the cupboards. There's like wine and there's wine glasses like right in front of the TV where we'll be having people Skype in, and so it's basically it's just like a big boardroom with drinking involved.
Pretty much. And I love that the last time I went in, we had a meeting for another project we're working on. And Stephanie said to me, so do you want the tasting glass or the big glass? And I went, really? Is this a question? What is this thing? It's like that Facebook video that's going around right now, but the leftover wine and what you do with leftover wine. What is this
Leftover wine.
What? Right?
So was it the big glass or the other glass?
She
Well,
took the big glass.
duh.
She took the big glass.
T,
Thank you.
we've been friends long enough, my friend.
Yeah.
We saved the tasting glasses for classes only. So just out of tradition, we've started every episode in the last year with what are we drinking today. Usually I'm recommending one particular wine, cocktail, beer, or something or other. Because we're here at Finn McCool's, we are ordering off their menu today. I started out, which is unusual for me.
Yeah, you've got a cocktail.
I am having a Green Goddess margarita.
Okay, I'm going to do this thing because it's a margarita and I haven't tried
Yeah,
it.
lift it up.
So there it is. That's the Green Goddess margarita.
Green Goddess margarita.
We've kissed. I feel like I can have a drink of your drink now.
Oh.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Actually, it was like a drive-by smoosh. But close
Where I
enough,
ended up with
whatever.
lipstick all over
Anyways,
my
yeah,
face.
it's not bad, eh?
You're welcome, Norm. I took that one for you too. Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
That's
it's
like,
good, eh?
Like I don't even know what that is. That's like.
I know, but it has a touch of mint in it, so it's something a little bit different. And I said it was cocktail. The sunshine came out today, so I thought it was proper order to have something like a margarita. Because when I was, oh my god, I'm going to do the princess problem. I'm sorry, I'm slipping in it. So when I was in Cuba a couple weeks ago,
Oh, honey.
that was one of the things. As much as everyone always drinks mojitos there, I got stuck on margarita on the rocks. That was my go-to. Sun's blazing hot, right? I'm sitting with an umbrella. I'm gonna have a margarita.
It's hard
I
to
don't
screw
know
up a margarita, to be honest. Oh no, no, it was a mojito that was screwed up last time.
No, I just don't like the slushy ones and the.
I agree.
Yeah,
No,
those
yeah.
ones aren't real margaritas. So what are you
Ice
drinking?
gets in the way.
What are you
I
drinking?
am having a Taz Winery Rosé, which I learned from this podcast previously. That rosé is the thing to drink on the patio when it's hot, and so yeah, no. And Taz Winery down in the Niagara region is absolutely fantastic. Me and some girlfriends who are here tonight, Sarah and Jessica, wherever you are, we did a wine tour of Niagara, and Taz was the 5th winery we hit. I feel was it the 5th one?
I'm sure you're.
4th? I don't know. I was drunk by that point, so we all chipped in, and we actually had a membership through Taz Winery for a
So
year.
you're part of the wine club.
We were the wine club girls because we got so drunk we just signed up because it was like the coolest thing ever because they offered this wine club thing. But no, Taz, I'm a big fan of Taz Winery and this rosé is fantastic.
So am I. And because this one's available through the LCBO, I will include the links in the show notes.
Awesome.
Stacey, what are you drinking?
Deke and I are drinking.
The same one? You're gonna do
Ooh.
the same
Well, I
thing.
was.
Oh, Deke needs a drink. Deke needs a drink. Bev
Erdinger.
Erdinger.
I sound like the Swedish chef. Erdinger.
So we should give a shout out. We should give a shout out to.
Erdinger.
Okay, yeah, we got you. We should give a
Whatever-
shout out to
whatever
Bev
it's
at
up to.
Finn McCool's in at the south end of Sudbury because she's very graciously accommodating us and putting up with our
Yes,
crazy.
and not
Thank
to,
you,
well,
Bev.
and not to mention, Finn McCool's
Thank
always
you,
been a
Bev.
big supporter of the podcast, and Bev has let her silky voice shine in many episodes
She
over the
has.
last year. We keep teasing her that she's probably been a radio announcer in another life because
Oh, I believe
she puts
that.
me to shame.
Another life, this life. Oh,
This life.
oh,
Oh,
in this life.
No, she's that good.
The
But she's
secrets.
been very. But she's not just been accommodating to us, but she's been a big supporter. And when I messaged her and said, we want to have a party, can we do it in your patio? And she's like, absolutely, come and do what you want. That's always a scary thing for saying, tell me to come and do what I want.
I do it for many, but you.
Oh, thanks, doll.
Again, riding Steph's coattails. It's great.
So, a couple things I want to talk about last season and first season, and then we just finished. I said that you guys are both drinking the same beer. I don't know much about Ernie now. I'm assuming it's
It's
just
a wheat beer.
Oh, it's a wheat beer?
German.
German. It's wheat beer, though, right?
So it's a beer that
Okay.
Cynthia wouldn't drink.
No,
And
you don't
speaking
drink.
of which, I believe that's for me.
Holy cow!
Look at
That's
this.
fast.
And Bev is like, I'm not bringing it on camera.
Norm's got it.
Oh, here comes Norm. Are you ready?
I don't need
Norm.
those 10
The
pounds.
Norm is appearing. Here he
Norm
goes. Oh,
has
we
the
just get his
beer.
arm.
Norm.
Oh, that's too funny. Okay,
Yeah, I'm
so
okay with sharing.
I'm gonna let Cynthia go into the other fun stuff after. So I'll just give you a recap from the last year. So I used to do kind of bizarre games to start off with because I was talking to myself, and I thought if listeners were listening, I'll try to do things like table topics and what else did I try? And then we eventually morphed into
All I know is
industry
that we used to
updates.
go to a restaurant and we would drink and talk for 2 hours and
Yeah,
then we
so
would not save it.
Cynthia was one of my first interviews, actually, for one of the part of the first season.
You're welcome,
so
guys.
2 months in, and we actually taped 2 hours at the keg. We actually had special tables set up for us, so it was kind of quiet,
Drank, we
full
ate, it was
taping,
terrible.
and I deleted the whole recording.
So every time I make a joke about deleting recordings, it's because we spent 2 hours drinking and eating together and it was terrible and we had to redo it
it's
again.
like file save.
And you had to do it again.
We had to do it again. It was
I have
awful.
something in my calendar
You have something in your calendar?
about the keg.
Recently?
Yeah, in the next couple weeks.
Oh yeah. Okay, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I don't know
That's
what this
okay.
is. I wasn't invited. Okay.
No, no. No, you,
I didn't
you
get the
were, but
memo
things got
either.
changed. So
Oh,
I'll explain that
know what
after.
you're- I
Yeah,
know
that's
what
a
you're
little
talking
Cinefest
about.
thing.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, Cinefest. Okay.
So before Cynthia gets into the other game things, just a little recap. So this past season we were audio only. We went from, I remember the day this podcast launched, and I was so excited to see it on Apple iTunes for the first time, because that kind of makes it official, right? And then after that, we slowly started adding Stitcher Radio, Breaker Radio, Spotify.
Spotify, yeah.
And I think there's about 8 or 9 different podcast players that you can find us on now. I'm actually posting the audio of each episode onto YouTube. It's going to switch to video starting with this episode.
Yeah, I know.
And
Cynthia has to wear makeup more often
she's
now.
going to do her hair after this. And then the other cool thing
But
is
no,
that I still
Deke,
haven't got
he
the
doesn't have to do his
official
hair,
thing.
it's
I was
fine.
hoping that by the time you see this, we should be on iHeartRadio as well. So
I thought we were already on iHeartRadio.
well, they haven't given me the official
iHeart.
send me the email saying that you're officially on iHeartRadio yet. So we might be. So if you want to check your iHeartRadio app, for those of you who have it, but we might be on there.
I
But
heard
if we are,
for Flavor.
iHeart
Flavor. Oh,
New
I should
hashtag.
change- You should change that iHeart. Oh, okay, that's cute. Okay. All right. So I was trying to think of. You have some trivia questions. We have prizes today, by the way, for those of you who came out today.
Yay.
So yay!
But
So-
not yet. You got to listen to us before we let you do trivia.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah, so Cynthia came up with some really cool trivia questions to see if you guys can answer them. Deke brought along 3 little prize packs. Some of the hummus. Do you have your new one in there? But don't say what kind it is yet.
Yeah, I
Because
do.
we're saving that for the trivia question.
Cool.
And then I've got 2 gift certificates to go towards classes for our new Legacy Service Academy. So for those of you here in Sudbury who want to do wine classes, cocktail ones, just kind of really cool ones are coming up that
Business
aren't
growth.
publicized yet, but they're kind of exciting at different establishments throughout the city. So those ones, you can use a gift certificate for any of the classes. So whether it's a business oriented one, if you want something in the hospitality industry, or you basically just want to go out and drink with the kids one night, I'm your girl. There'll need to be something that you
I
can
love
do
you,
with it.
Ainsley.
I know, all these people are like, yay, me, pick me. So I have 2 gift certificates for that, and then Deke's got his gift thing, so at least a few of you can go home with a little something besides just the drink and snacks for tonight.
My turn.
Yeah, it's your turn, sorry.
Okay, so so a few things. So I never get to take control, so this is very, very exciting. We all work for Stephanie. No, I'm just kidding. We work for Stephanie, but Stephanie has really been the brains and the admin and the promotion and everything behind this podcast. Stacy, and I don't know what Deke is doing, but he's got like
I
multiple.
was trying to
drinks
buy
going on.
Norm a beer, but he refused.
Go, Deke, go.
I'll take it.
That's what it is. What it is. Okay, so Stephanie's really the brains, the marketing, the promotion, all of the things behind this podcast, and the 3 of us would not be sitting here if it weren't for Stephanie inviting us into her.
3 of us, eh?
Well, the 3
You
of us.
guys make things much easier and
and
much more
Stephanie.
fun to tell you. I hate
That's
to
what
say
my.
it.
Can I finish
Yeah,
my
you can
conversation,
finish
please?
it.
Thank you.
Just-
So the 3 of us would not be here if Stephanie had not invited us to be here, and that's a very real thing. And we are having such a blast. I joke that this is my social hour every week because I'm a workaholic. So I get to go and drink with my friends and give my opinions and not listen to it. So it's great. So it's a good time. So what I would like to do before I get into my games, because I do have some games, the event planner was tasked with making it fun. I would like to ask each of my co-hosts what their favorite moment was from the first season.
Oh, good question.
So who's gonna go first? You know what? I can go first if you want, because that'll give you guys kind of a chance to. And I will
we gotta
make
think of it, 'cause
something.
I
I
didn't know
will.
you were gonna ask that.
I will make something up on the spot. I think for me, at the risk of getting too mushy, is this opportunity to spend some time with some people that I don't normally get to spend some time with. Stacy, Deke, and Stephanie are all my friends from very different areas of my life.
Yeah.
And this opportunity to spend this time with these people with these lovely individuals, is pretty special. And the fact that these people from all of these stages of my life, from Stacy in high school, to Deke, what I catered, and Stephanie as business owners is pretty special. But also the chance to share some of these fantastic tips and tricks that we've learned through the years and what we've done with folks like you. So hopefully there might be one person watching, so thank you for giving us that opportunity to let us do that. But my favorite moment, I have to admit, and it is pre-Deke and Stacy, only because it's that moment at where were we at when we deleted it all? The keg.
Okay.
At the keg, when Stephanie and I we literally recorded 2 hours of pure gold, and you guys missed it because she did not save any
If
of it.
you were getting married, someone who's getting married, it was essentially an entire wedding 101
Yeah, you missed
in
it.
2 hours time frame.
Yeah, it was
All the
phenomenal.
behind the scenes, whatever you needed to know, things from the catering aspect to the planning aspect. It was a great show.
Yeah,
I need to ask, why was it deleted? I didn't
because
see it.
Stephanie's AV skills were not where they are now.
Okay. Honest mistake. Yeah.
That was an understatement. Yes.
And my second favorite moment is when Stephanie asked us to become more permanent members of the team, because it was super fun to guest when we had the opportunity to be guest speakers. But the fact that I get to sit here every week or every couple of weeks, depending on when we do the recording, is a pretty cool thing. So I will take that one before you guys can claim it. That the fact that I get to do this every week is pretty special for me. Suckers.
Special for sure.
Your turn.
You've said it all. You have.
No, you
covered
have
it
to make
all.
up your
You
own.
gotta,
That's
No,
it.
I have my
you gotta
own.
pick a moment.
You're on your
Oh,
own.
go Deke. Go Deke.
I think that, I mean, along with Cynthia, I think that having had a chance to be a part of this, and after the event that we met, I can't believe you got me, but to be honest, but I love being involved, and I love learning, and I'm learning from every one of us. I mean, we're all from different areas, and why we've been brought aboard, I believe, is that we have different specialties, and it's fun, exciting, and to have that community involvement is wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah,
I just
Thank
need
you
to put
for-
this out
thank you.
there.
well, that
Happy birthday.
plus.
Oh, thank you.
Let me just put this out there real quick.
Yeah.
Has anyone
Go for
here
it.
actually listened to our podcast? I love you, Steven. Steven's my favorite person.
Steven's been a guest.
We have
Oh,
three.
it's
And Sue's listened to a couple. And my girlfriend Nicole is a huge fan. She listens.
Jessica's got her hand up.
Oh, Jess, you've listened?
Yeah, but you don't love me.
And you still love me? Is this what's
And
happening?
Ashley is not
Ashley's
here
listened to
yet.
every
She
single
did
one
buy
of them?
tickets and she's listened to every single one of them. She's been binging on them. So I think
So-
I think that's awesome.
I think it's important to thank those folks.
So when
for
she comes
listening
in,
to us, too.
when she comes in, we should all
We're
just
gonna
scream.
we'll just like applaud her madly. Okay, sorry, Deke. Go ahead, hon.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I think Stacey and Cynthia sums it up really well. On top of that, I mean, there's usually like really great snacks and you get to drink.
You were such
like,
a
the
guy.
Snacks are really, well,
Stephanie provides the snacks and the drinks, and it makes her friends very happy.
every time is really special. I think the time that sticks out in my mind is that time we had we had 7 people there, so it's 6 women and myself. And we were talking
Deke
about
loves to be surrounded by
harassment in
women. Oh, yes.
restaurants.
Oh,
But you had
that was
so
the-
much food.
Oh, that was awesome. That was
You had
the
so much
girls
food.
in the industry episode.
Yeah, girls in the industry.
And we,
I was
we,
doing
we had to do it when Deke was there though, because
Yeah.
I didn't want it to be one of those situations where it was only girls talking. And I thought we needed to have a male voice in the room for
Yeah.
it to be fair and authentic, right?
Yeah, and it was, and I think that was my favorite moment actually. Ironically, it was you know that I was a little bit uncertain coming up to that. I made a
Bless
comment about it, but I think that was my favorite, and you and I, Steph, got to work on some of the appetizers, you know, together and stuff. I thought that was really cool. I'm glad I got to share that with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
That's
fun. I mean,
awesome.
we don't have a very big kitchen, but
Yeah, I know.
Got to
Yeah.
play in there a little bit.
It worked well, and everything turned out fabulous. We took some really great pictures of it, and the conversation was great. And then we had drink on top of that. So I mean, you
Yeah,
know,
We
There's
joke
always
about
drinks.
Deke
all
being
good.
the token male and all those things, but bless this guy for coming in every week with us. And in that particular episode of the whole women in hospitality thing, having worked with Deke, and there's a reason why I was like, yes, please let's invite Deke to this podcast because he's a good guy and he works well with his women, bless him. So I have to give a lot of credit to him because it is quite I'm sure it's quite intimidating to be a man coming into this kind of female dominated space and do his thing, and sometimes he even
but
speaks. It's really great.
I'm fairly comfortable with you. No, I'm not.
We'll have him wearing makeup and bras in no time, I promise.
For you, I would do it.
I love you, Deke.
Just don't
Okay,
tell
Steph.
anybody other than this podcast.
Yeah, it's just going out across
I
the
could
world.
deal
it's
with
fine.
4 people in this audience listening.
I think I have. I was torn between 2. So there's one episode. Unfortunately, Deke wasn't there for that one.
Her
But
favorite one is the one that Deke wasn't there. Did everyone
no,
hear that?
that's not the way I was going in. It was the one where Stacy and I taped 2 episodes over 2 bottles of wine prior to anyone else showing up.
Oh yes.
That I would have paid money
I
for.
remember arriving at the end
By the
of that
time
one.
Cynthia showed up for round 3,
They were drunk.
Yeah, I love you guys.
They loved me so
we
much.
covered a lot of things.
we actually were making up topics for episodes that weren't even planned. We
That
just
was
thought,
our luggage
that's
one,
a
wasn't
good.
it?
We did a luggage episode.
Oh yes.
And that, oh yeah, so if you go back now and listen to the luggage episode, that's when she starts snorting and we start giggling. And anyways, it was a
All of
really
the
fun
things came
evening.
out that day.
And because we thought we would be smart and actually pre-tape a lot of the episodes before the summer got too busy.
Day drinking is dangerous.
Day drinking, yeah,
Yes,
I know.
very.
You think I'd be good at it
Yeah,
by
but
now?
Right.
fewer on that note, fewer of our episodes are filmed at night.
That's true. Yeah.
Very
Well,
few.
we record them kind of
Usually
5 to 7.
5 o'clock.
Yeah, 5-ish.
5 o'clock.
I know it's
somewhere.
after 5 o'clock, so we're
Right,
good.
so we're safe?
It's not
Yeah.
quite,
Alright, we're
it's not
safe.
quite day drinking.
My day job, we're allowed to drink afternoon, so we're good.
But I have filmed some at 1.
Yes, that's
So
true.
there's nothing wrong with that.
I think
Yeah.
my favorite episode, because I was just surprised at, I think, and Steven was at that one. We had a few guests that came in.
Yeah.
It was the episode talking about the Canada-U.S. border. Partly because I'm a bit of a politics nerd, but partly because there's so much going on with travel and cultures and having to do with the Canada-U.S. thing and the U.S. and the world. So being able to not just talk about all the fun, silly stuff that happens in our lives, but to be able to bring together a bunch of people talking about their travel experiences. I think it was kind of a it was interesting having a big group like that, and that was probably the first time we've had that many people all together in the same room and all kind of sharing experiences over drinks and food and everything. And it kind of inspired me to think about, okay, for next season I really want to bring more people into it by having more episodes taped at different venues throughout the city and going throughout the city and doing
So
that kind
I'm
of
sorry to interrupt you, Stephanie, but it is Stephanie's birthday today, so we need to do a thing.
Yay, free cake!
If we can sing happy birthday to Stephanie, that'd be great. So 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Stephanie. Happy birthday to you. Well, you can blow with this one. We got 2 cakes, and there need to be a few people
There
here.
you
So.
go.
I can't do that after 48 years.
Right? There's something wrong. So I made the joke that, oh my God, am I old enough to have a 48-year-old friend? But she looks like under 40, so it's good. So the cake actually comes from Pinchman's. So Mark at Pinchman's is happy birthday. So Jordan, my friend Jordan, Jessica's husband, and I went and got these cakes sorted for you. So we will serve cake after our podcast. So
Everybody gets
we
cake.
wanted to make sure that this happened kind of during
That's
the
me.
podcast.
I think
to
somebody
make sure.
posted on my Facebook page today, asked me if I was going to have lots of cake today, and I went, "No, I'm not really a cake person or whatever." And I didn't
Thank
bring
you,
a cake
Alex.
yesterday, and now I'm thinking like, "Oh my God, I'm having 2 cakes." I'll have
Well,
one
I
each.
actually told Norm, I went, "You're welcome, Norm. I've saved your marriage. I've got cake for you." Okay, so your favorite episode was when we had guests in.
Yes, the Canada-U.S. The Canada-U.S. episode, only because it kind of, I liked having the additional voices, and even though we didn't always agree, it was still. I think I was the only person that was that said that I was concerned about traveling to the States,
And now.
which is
Yeah.
right. I'm usually
They all
not the one
told you,
that.
Steph, you're wrong.
They all told me I was wrong and I was crazy, but it was a good eye opener into what this podcast can be for future seasons, and that's kind of where I want it to go. Is that what I like the idea between the girls in the industry, the accessibility thing, the Canada-U.S. Border episode. There's more topics out there having to do with food, drink, and travel that actually can make a difference in people's lives, as
Yeah.
opposed to just which beer is better than.
I agree. I mean, the accessibility episode was really important to me. I've
Yeah, it
got a girlfriend who we've traveled kind of areas of the world, and we've had some challenges, and so the opportunity to kind of highlight those challenges we've had was really, really special for me, because it's not things we think about. And I get that we don't think about it, because pre my friendship with my girlfriend, I mean, it was not a thing. And then once we became friends, it became a huge thing. And so the opportunity to be able to kind of share this with the 5 listeners who are out there, I make the jokes. But that was really special to me, to be able to share that experiences that we had had to make things better for other people.
I think that's wonderful. That is wonderful, and also to add to that, if I can,
Yes.
I think we also actually have to look in terms of accessibility within our own city as well. And I think we should highlight that as well, because I know I had a father who was a quad, and in having the challenges of actually even getting him into a taxi that was supposed to be accessible, very, very difficult. So I mean, again, not only traveling, but within our city, can you get into the building that you need to get into? Can you go to the restaurant you want to go to? Can you do the sports activities and watch the things that you want to watch? Let's get involved.
Yeah, there's
Lots
more.
of
Yeah, the more
voices.
people that can actually be a part of things. I mean, the whole idea of food and drink and travel has to do with community,
Absolutely.
right? That everyone's supposed to be.
Absolutely.
It's supposed to be accessible to everyone, and we're always looking for more and more people to take part in things and try new things and go see new things. And when I say everyone, I do mean everyone.
So this means there's people watching if you've got ideas for shows, because we're like scraping the bottom of the barrel. No, I'm just kidding. But looking for, if people have things that they're interested in, please share them with us. I mean, we're really excited to see the people that we've got here today supporting us and maybe listening. But tell us what you're looking for, because that's the stuff that we can research and learn about and grow with together.
And we're gonna,
Can I
and
get
we're
to the
hoping.
fun stuff yet?
Yeah, you can go ahead. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, let's do fun stuff. There's
We're
drinking
gonna get
involved.
mushy and we'll cry after this. It's fine.
Oh
It's
my
only been a
gosh.
year. I mean, what are we gonna do when it's like 5 and 10 years? And
He said fun stuff and then mushy all in the same.
I know, right? Fun and mushy. Okay, dude. I'm the one who gets the E ratings on all of our.
Yeah.
Our
Usually the
ratings.
E beside our podcast episodes is her fault.
You're welcome.
Sometimes it's my fault, but most of the time it's her. Considering I have the trucker's mouth, I was shocked.
Yeah, I think my girlfriends who are in the crowd are laughing because like, no, Cynthia's trucker mouth is legendary. So I'm very fortunate that in my day job and in the things I play with my friends, I can swear because I do really have the trucker mouth. So I'm trying really, really hard to kind of temper this one for this one because I think that this is a lot of fun. So we're gonna play a game. You guys ready?
Yeah.
I love these guys. Bless them for letting me play this game.
This may not be good.
So everybody's got a drink.
Plan this without
I'm so sorry. The lovely lady who's serving us, I don't know. her
Renee.
name. Hi,
Renee.
Renee.
Hi, Renee.
you're
Thank you very
amazing.
much.
Can I respectfully ask for one of these green goddess margaritas? Because I will probably need it with this next game.
Oh,
Pardon me?
she's asking.
Oh, yes, I have a ticket, sweetheart. Yeah, I will give it to you. Thank you so much. Yeah, they let me have a drink here, guys. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, and I don't need one, but can I have another one? Thanks.
So
Just in case I go through this.
Okay, so we're gonna play a game, and not all of my friends know because we're all old. It's called Never Have I Ever.
Oh.
So everyone in the crowd is like, "Oh my God, they're playing this game." So let me kind of explain how Never Have I Ever works, and I'm just gonna put it out there that the crowd can totally take part as well. We've got a few drinks out there. So how Never Have I Ever works is, if you have never done a thing, you do not take a drink. But if we say a statement that you have done, you must take a drink. Okay? So I have a few things prepared so that my friends.
She planned this all on her own.
Yeah,
So.
well, and quite
Stacey's gonna
frankly,
need more drink.
I just saw the list.
my list basically has me getting intoxicated before this game is over.
Where's Renee?
So I'm kind of hoping my friends will have some ideas they can throw out there. But so there's two reasons why we're doing this. One is because it's an excuse to have some drinks. But the other reason is so you can learn a little bit about us and our kind of food, travel, and what was that?
A dog.
Okay, look at the coyotes here. What's happening?
That's what big dogs sound like.
Oh, I have a Chihuahua, so my dog's not a big dog. Sorry, Jessica.
You have a pocket dog.
I have a pocket dog. She sits in my purse and she's beautiful and she's lovely. And I'll post pictures for you later because she wore pearls today.
Oh, baby.
She did. Okay, so Never Have I Ever. You ready? Geek. You're
Ready,
cheating.
Sophie? No one cheating.
You can't have a drink before you start the
Oh,
game.
sorry. I just
He already knows.
Yeah, he knows.
I'm just priming the game.
That's all right. Stacy will share your beer if she has to. It is what it is.
All right. good.
Okay, are you ready?
Yep. That's good.
Okay. Never have I ever sung karaoke in a bar. Drink if you've done it. Drink if you've done it.
You don't have to drink every time you sang karaoke in a bar.
No, but the fact is I was booed off in my 20s. And I have never ever sung karaoke since.
That's
That
a
was like,
lie.
what's that? Oh no, you're right.
Still in that-
Yeah, no, I did with some girlfriends, not on a microphone on a girls' weekend. Actually, that was the Taw's Winery weekend, which seems appropriate. But I was not on a
Always
microphone, and we
comes
did
back to
sing
Taw's.
the Gambler. I will always sing the Gambler, always. I do not have to be intoxicated to sing the Gambler. Okay, I've got another one. So these again, food, wine, and travel kind of
Yep.
themed.
I'm not gonna look at the list. I'm just listening.
Found remnants of bodily. Never have I ever found remnants of bodily fluids on hotel bedding with my toes.
Could it be any other part?
Yes. This is when I stopped booking 3-star hotels. I'll be honest with you.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, I don't know what the crunchy thing was. It just
Probably a good idea.
had a really creepy experience. And I
Okay,
was
so
never
that's.
booked
I am
a
so
3-star.
glad I did not have to drink that one. Okay.
4 plus. 4 plus.
I should
Okay.
be taking a
Okay,
big
keep going.
drink because I got way worse.
Never have I ever heard other hotel guests having relations.
Please.
I love it. Oh, look
If
at
you're-
all of these people in
I
the
was gonna
crowd
say, if
taking
you've
a
never-
drink.
Yeah, if you've been traveling a lot, then
Steven, I'm gonna have four of your stilts.
But wait, did you drink at that moment? You've heard other people. Dude, I was not asking about your own with your mother right here. That's a whole other show. Okay. Never have I ever washed my underwear or other clothing in a hotel sink.
please.
Fucking
Hand
weirdos.
washings for professionals.
Travel 101.
Right?
All hail the Tide packs.
I do have a travel story of, oh, there's my husband. Hi, honey. Okay. So my husband walked in and booed us. That's how much he loves us. So he's gonna sit at a table by himself. So I actually have had a trip where I actually forgot underwear. My girlfriend, we were road tripping. We went back to Sudbury 3 times. We kept forgetting things. And the 3rd time, she said, "That's it. Whatever we forget, it doesn't even matter." She said, "Underwear, we don't
See,
need those
this is
stinky
the shit I
underwear."
have to put up with.
And on the other note, I always have a bag packed, ready to go.
I
Because you never know.
See, I won't.
never know.
You never
There's
know.
a Walmart in every city. It's all right. I can get underwear anywhere. It's fine. Okay. Never have I ever, and I feel like this is a little bit controversial in the food industry, used an Instant Pot.
Never have. No.
Never have I ever used an Instant Pot. So it's a new toy.
No, I bought one for people, but I've never. No, yeah, I bought
I
one for
have
them.
one.
I bought one for
For
them
Alex
for
and
Christmas.
Brie?
Yeah, for Christmas.
So my mother-in-law bought me one, and I got it last week for my birthday, which is in a month, 2 months.
Mhm.
But I will use it this weekend. But so far, I have not used it. So the Instant Pot is like it's like a pressure cooker, slow cooker, just kind of all of the things
Cool, I
in one
can
pot.
use that. Sure.
I'm going to use it. I can't wait to use
Okay,
it.
well, can I drink with you still?
Duh. We can have a
yeah.
drink. There we go. There you go. Cheers.
So Renee's announcing to us that this is the last of the mix for the Green Goddess.
Oh, no more green goddesses.
So we're having the last one.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Cheers.
Made for us. Okay. All right, keep going. You got a list going.
Okay. Never have I ever made a duck face while taking a travel or food selfie. Stephanie, you're on that one.
Oh my God, I could drink the rest of this for that one. I told you that a lot of sometimes when I'm taping videos or pictures, it's usually when I start to speak. And I didn't realize it until I started scrolling through my iPhone that most of my pictures start off like this. So I'm kind of mid duck face. So
I had no idea I had resting bitch face till I started doing Facebook Live for Flying for Flavour, and all of the preview photos are like,
told you that.
ouch! My girlfriend's like, I could have told you that. My husband's like, it's like her everyday face.
I know. I'm looking at mine. I'm like, oh no, I gotta start smiling more.
I didn't think this was a Cynthia roast. What's happening?
I think it'd be actually kind of funny, and I think about all the pictures on your iPhone. I think someone should just start a whole page where it's all the rejects, right? 'Cause it takes you like 6 shots to get the one, but how many of us actually go back through and then take the time to delete the ones that didn't make the post? I have so many. Oh no! I got them
I
all on my
delete them
phone.
too.
Yeah, some of them are really funny. But anyways.
Okay. Never have I ever, and I had an amazing couple this past weekend who, their guests arrived at their wedding in a helicopter because that's what we do. And so never have I ever flown in a helicopter. Oh, none of us.
Oh, wait a minute. Have we flown in a helicopter?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I've flown.
there we go. Of course she has.
Well, not all of it, but some of it.
No.
Over the Grand Canyon.
Over the Grand.
Oh, that's when Norm did his helicopter.
Norm
ride,
flew
too.
in a helicopter over the ground. There we
He
go.
was
Norm's
drinking
having a drink. Good job, Norm.
Except for she's having beer and he's having wine, so we'll see how that ends.
Okay. Never have I ever eaten an animal that could be considered a household pet. So when we think of like dogs, cats, guinea pigs,
Guinea pig.
lizards, you ate a guinea pig?
Yeah.
You have no heart.
Yeah,
I know they were really cute when they were alive.
Dude! You just said they're really cute when they're
I'm
alive.
sure I must have. I'm trying to think like squirrel,
People have ducks.
ducks.
Duck's a bit of a stretch.
Snakes.
Squirrels
I've
is a
had
redneck
snake.
thing.
People have pet snakes.
Yeah,
Pet snake.
you can drink for a snake. I have had
Pretty bad. I have to
camel
start to think about.
and I've had kangaroo. So in Australia, when I'd have kangaroo, my friends were
can't
like
keep that in your
horrified
house,
by it. I've been told I have to drink for kangaroo. Okay,
Okay.
Mark, drink for kangaroo.
Do you
I
know
have
that
a ticket. Come get your
kangaroo
ticket.
is dog meat in like Australia? Is it terrible?
No,
But here
it's
it's
actually
opposite.
sold. It's actually sold in the grocery stores.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Kangaroo meat, just like lamb or beef
Yep.
or chicken, is sold in the grocery stores. It's super high in iron, low in fat.
And high in CLA fats.
What is
Like,
that?
Fatty acids. It's abdominal burning.
Mark, do you know anything about this? I don't know what this is.
CLA.
Yeah.
What actually a really good
I don't know.
supplement.
There's,
Oh, we don't
It's
talk
fine.
healthy stuff on this show.
yeah, we don't talk
Oh, yeah,
healthy.
right.
We're all about like
Okay.
but it is actually very high in iron. And when it comes to like when we see a beef steak that's like laced through fat, there's none of that on the kangaroo. So
No.
kangaroo is very yummy.
Very
for what it's
lean.
worth.
Okay.
Okay.
Got
Get going.
2% body
Okay.
fat.
Never have I ever not tipped at a restaurant.
Never have I not tipped.
I'm afraid I have done that.
So I mean,
Double negative.
Like
so
not
that's
tipped.
complicated.
Have you ever gone to a restaurant and not tipped?
If you not tipped, you drink.
Well, yeah, every time I go.
No, you're not tipping your
I don't
drinks.
tip every time I go to
no,
restaurants.
no. If
You
you,
don't-
ti-
you don't
that's why
tip
when
every
you
time
said
you go to a
never
restaurant?
not, that's
Okay.
a double negative. Sorry.
Okay,
There's
Oh,
hold
okay.
on, hold on.
Negative throwing.
Never have I ever not tipped at a restaurant. So you've had a bill and you've
Yeah.
not left a tip.
I've always
No,
tipped.
I have
I think
100%. I have left a no tip.
Nope, always tipped.
Even in Australia,
Yeah. Even if it's a little
Australia, they tell you they like throw the money at you.
bit. I know. No. Yeah, no, we left tips every single time. It was weird, but we did.
Hey,
Even
Mark,
if it
if
was
we
a
had
little
left Ben a tip or Pat a tip, they would have like thrown it at us and go, "What the fuck are you doing?" Oh, there's our E.
bit.
What the heck are you doing? See, I told you I get the E every
She
time.
just slips right out of her.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
Okay, never have I ever. Okay, this one's for you, Mark. Chartered a private plane to a private island to enjoy a romantic seafood fest.
Wow.
Oh, you. Oh! You've done it too? I love it.
Wow.
Okay, never have I ever eaten a bug on purpose.
They did that.
At
Science North.
Yeah.
They made us do it.
Milestone's got crickets during Cantina Week.
Do they?
Yeah.
I did not know that. I know Science North had it for a
Sorry.
while.
So once a year you can have crickets at Milestones, by the way, in
No,
Canteen Week.
no, I can't do it. I can't do it. Never have I ever planned a holiday around a favorite movie or TV show.
Oh. I don't know if it's considered a holiday.
Well, like a vacation.
I took a day of
Guys, I'm
mourning
getting thirsty
Taking a
for
day of
me
mourning?
something.
For what?
when Prince died.
Oh, that's fair. I think you should take it too.
I did
No,
take
I
a break.
actually, when Sarah and I traveled in Scotland, we had a whole Outlander and Princess Bride tour, so we hit a
Oh,
lot
I
of
love
like,
Princess Bride.
right? I know. I actually walked out of the castle where Buttercup comes out
Oh.
and does like in her nightmare, and then she comes out later. Yeah, I had that moment.
As you wish.
Right. Yeah, so I had that moment. So we totally did plan that trip around Outlander and Princess Bride. Okay, never have I ever been to a Disney park. I have children.
I don't, but I have an addiction.
I have a girlfriend who used to be a Disney princess, so it's pretty cool.
I actually stood, one of my girlfriends got married at Disney, and I stood in her wedding, and we actually got to go in the carriage. And I have pictures
Oh,
of
like
me
a
standing in
Cinderella.
yeah, I was
Amazing.
Cinderella for a day, which is really unheard of. It'll never
Amazing.
happen again. So I was like, I got in trouble for one of my other friends who was there taking pictures of me because this is the last time this is happening. 'Cause this is like this would be my dream wedding, but
She
it's
will never be a
gonna
princess
happen.
again.
This is, I have to get the little carriage with the little guy standing in front with the horses. It was pretty
That's
cool.
funny.
I'm not drinking very much.
Okay, we need to fix this.
Fix my list.
Never have I ever drank absinthe.
Oh no, I have. Oh no, I have. That goes sideways quickly.
I have never tried absinthe. I feel like
I
this
was
is a
gonna
new
say
one.
like,
Oh, you know.
Can we explain
You
it?
know.
Can we
when-
explain what that is?
Absinthe?
I'm
I
sorry,
don't know.
I
I
know.
just
Yeah,
know
no,
it's like a.
I don't know.
It's a green liqueur that
remember
does
seeing
crazy
it
things to
overseas.
you.
It messes with your mind. I don't know the specifics of it. I mean, all I know is I had it in
When does
New
wormwood-
Orleans. It was in a cocktail,
Wormwood.
and I was so surprised. Usually, this girl can hold her drinks. That one, not so much.
I wonder if that's what was in my
was
drink
that?
in
It's called
LA.
not Sarzac. There's a special. Everyone who's been in New Orleans is gonna know. There's a special name for the whiskey, and it's a cocktail with the whiskey, absinthe, and something else on the
I
rocks.
feel like it's a Sarzac.
I think it's something like that. Anyways, there's a special bar that has it, and I was in that bar. So if you're in that bar, you have to have that drink. So I did. I had it before dinner. Then we went to dinner, and I don't remember anything after dinner. So, anyways, absinthe is one of those things that if you plan to sample and experiment with it, do it in your own home.
Oh
For your own
God.
safety, just for your own safety.
So that's when we have Stacy hypnotize us. We're also gonna drink absinthe that same night. Okay. Never have I ever drank tequila from a bottle with a worm in it.
Oh, that's not really tequila though. That's mezcal.
That's true, eh?
Sorry.
Trick question. We
We
all
haven't done
passed.
a tequila,
Trick
tequila
question that
episodes
we
coming
all
up this
passed.
season.
How have we
so-
not done a tequila episode so far?
I don't know. It's coming. It's coming. Season
Okay.
2.
Okay.
I know. Yes, Sarah's,
Oh.
Sarah's already volunteering. She's
We
on
should
it.
do a road
Sarah's
trip for
in.
that though and go to Mexico. And do like in
Didn't we just talk about we're not going to Mexico?
Yeah, no, we're not going to Mexico because people get kidnapped and put in trunks and
Yeah, we
stuff.
don't
Okay.
whatever.
So,
That's another episode.
Stephanie,
Sorry, oops.
never have I ever drank spoiled Chilean demi-sec from a bottle purchased on the side of the road in Nicaragua.
Okay. I know. It's a her and I thing. That,
That
would
was
be
a
the
great.
sparkling wine
That was a
episode.
great podcast.
Not fair. I
That
don't
is
get
how
to
you-
drink.
I know,
was
but
a
that
great
was my, like, when
podcast.
I have to, that's probably my second favorite moment when she made me drink that atrocity. So if anyone hasn't seen it, if you take a look at,
I think it's even on our YouTube channel.
It is.
if you dig a little bit on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page, you'll see my experience of trying this Chilean demi-sec, and I literally thought I was going to vomit right on camera.
And you hit it well.
I hit it well. You hit it well.
Oh, she did.
Dee's like, no, she didn't hide it at all. I tried to be cool because my friend Stephanie knows a lot about wine, and I thought I should like this. I was like, it was not good. It was not good. So do not buy a Chilean demi-sec from the side of the road in Nicaragua. Okay, never have I ever put gum under a table in a restaurant.
I can't stand it.
Good girls.
Nope.
Good
No.
job.
Cool.
Nope.
I probably did it when I was 6, but I don't remember that far back. So, never have I ever eaten pizza for 2 or more meals in a day.
Oh, sweet mother of God.
Never have I ever danced on a table or a bar.
Oh my gosh. Now it's going faster. Here we go.
I think I'm drunk.
You're welcome, Stephen. Never have I ever made boozy gummy bears.
You made them? No, I've never made
No,
them.
I made them for
Gotcha
you though.
gummies.
You made them for
I've
me?
eaten them.
I mean, yeah, no. she said
No,
you
I made them. Next time. Okay. Never have I ever played beer pong.
No.
Derek.
Only did once.
And never have I ever pretended to like wine to look classier.
Back in the day when I wasn't drinking wine?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
I drink wine because I like wine.
Right? Okay. So thank you everyone for playing along with us. We thought that'd be a little bit fun to kind of expose some of the crazy things we've done.
That's only the beginning of the
Right?
rest.
I tried to be like appropriate because again, although I still got us our E's, so it is what it is. Okay. So we do have some trivia questions.
Yes.
And I think it's great because only a couple of you have listened to some of our podcasts, so you've got the edge. Which one of us has an aversion to pants?
You.
Sarah?
Yay! Sarah,
Okay,
right.
let's grab.
Yeah.
Can you?
Yep.
I'm gonna make Stephanie be my assistant. So Sarah has indicated that Cynthia has an aversion to pants. So it's not actually that I have an aversion to pants, but I work from home and I work in my bed
it's right in
and I
front of
don't
us.
need to see anyone. So I choose not to wear pants on most occasions.
Yeah, he's
so
got the whole little,
when
hummus
Stephanie
kit.
announced that she was going to do web like videos and actually record what we looked like, I realized I would have to do my hair, wear makeup, and make sure I was wearing pants
And
for
pants on.
every podcast. Okay. What are you guys talking about?
I really have to pee.
Deke, you've not had enough beer to be at that point yet.
Hey, seriously?
Okay. He doesn't even have like mom bladder.
That's not.
Okay.
We're
Hold
almost
it.
done.
Just because she asked.
I know.
Which one of
I
us?
wasn't gonna say anything out loud. I just said.
That's it.
Except for you did.
So just so we're clear, Deke has to pee. Okay. Okay. Which one of us snorts when we laugh?
I said it earlier. Thank you.
Right there. Okay. You can't have all the presents, Sarah.
It wasn't me.
Oh, no, it was Amanda. Amanda said it
Is that
too.
Amanda? Sorry, Amanda. We'll get you after.
I
Okay.
don't know what Zeke put in there, but there's a whole.
It's some sort of a
You'll
prize.
see.
So I should clarify that our prizes have been provided by Zare's Small Batch, which is Zeke's hummus company, which makes, quite frankly, the only hummus that my children will eat. So it's definitely worth investing in. We also have 2 gift certificates for Legacy Service Academy. So really quickly, Stephanie and I had some drinks one night. and decided we were going to launch an academy teaching classes on hospitality, service, business growth, and basically all of those things that tend to be missing a lot in our particular community when it comes to growing businesses. As well, I shared the story of my husband and I, when we lived overseas, we took a class in barista, so like coffee making from an espresso machine. It was a huge blast, so we're trying to recreate kind of these experiences for Sedgwick.
For personal and professional learning.
Yeah, that's the professional side of it. Okay, so what is Zare's Small Batch's newest flavor of hummus? Oh, Amanda got that one. I didn't even get the question out. So Zare's Small Batch is releasing a hemp flavored hummus.
Yeah, I'm following it on Facebook. I'm going back. This table's like cleaning up.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Welcome.
See, there we go. We knew we had
I hope you love
fans
it.
somewhere.
I do. I tried it.
So if anyone has not tried Zare's Small Batch Dill Pickle, I highly recommend it. If you do not like hummus, I tell you, you will like this one. It's amazing. Okay, name a Legacy Service Academy course. Has anyone followed us on our Facebook page?
Etiquette. Stephen's right.
Stephen Doney named that we've got an
Congratulations.
etiquette course.
Yep.
So now, Stephanie, this is your choice. We've got one more gift certificate to give out.
Oh, trivia question.
Oh, she's gonna come up with a good one. I'm sorry, guys. And so a little bit about Legacy Service Academy. All of us have courses that we teach throughout it. Stephanie launched it based on the needs in our community for hospitality and customer service kind of training. So Stacy's teaching kind of our pastry and baking
And the reason why is that I have a confectionery arts diploma.
exactly. So she actually knows what she's doing.
Oh, she's our multi-hyphenate. Is that what they call
quite a
that?
few different things.
Yeah, she's got a
Yeah,
few different.
sometimes she sleeps.
Rolodex.
Sometimes she's.
Rolodex of things I do.
Deke is teaching a fantastic program about taking a product to market because he had this amazing hummus and decided that everyone else needed to know about it. And he has worked with production and how to kind of pass things through the health unit and those kind of things. So he's teaching that. My focus is more business and customer service and kind of retail and
Sales.
business stuff. Sales is dirty word.
Sales.
And
Upselling.
Stephanie is more hospitality and
Drinking.
serving and drinking. She is the expert on drinking. We joke all the time that she's the wine expert, I'm the cocktail expert, and we work really well together. Norm's got a comment.
And where does one go online?
Oh, he's looking.
Oh,
look at him.
Norm,
Look
go
at
ahead,
his
Stephanie.
exhibit.
Where does one find out about Legacy Service Academy?
It's
Go
really
for it.
easy. It's legacyserviceacademy.ca.
Yay!
Yes, you can buy all the tickets and stuff online.
So we have two gift certificates.
Yep,
for
so Steven's
Legacy
already got
Service
one.
Academy.
So I'm trying to think of another trivia question. But you can't answer at this table. This is a hard one. Can I
Bree
give a
and
hard one?
Alex and Norm are not allowed to
Because
answer.
they would know this one. Our theme song is composed
That
by
I just found
a
out
particular
about
DJ.
tonight.
Does anybody remember when I mentioned earlier what the name of that DJ is?
DJ Richie Rich.
Nope.
No.
Alex, isn't it?
No.
It's DJ Alex.
No, you're close though.
Alex.
I know. You know what?
Yeah.
It's you know what?
Alex and
Because
DJ.
I did say it afterwards. You didn't hear it. His DJ name is Deep Rogers, but I did call him DJ Alex earlier, so that's my fault.
Bree.
Yeah, oh, we said DJ Alex and the Fresh Brie. I feel like Amanda gets it just from all of that.
Was it DJ Alex?
DJ Alex and Fresh Brie.
Oh, that's awesome.
So for clarification, although Stephanie doesn't look it, she's got a fantastic son named Alex who has a fantastic partner named Brie, and they have basically been supporting us through a lot of events where when Stephanie says, we need music, we need an event, and they come in and help us out.
Yes, and Alex is not only. I've been trying to convince him to do a little upgrade to the original composition for their theme song, but he's a little busy. But that's okay. So there's going to be other future events coming up where we'll be at different venues throughout Northern Ontario, and hopefully if Alex can come in there, I'm trying to get him to DJ live and in person. Because he was there at our the opening day, actually.
So
DJ
not a
for-
Spotify
Very cool.
playlist, is that what we're talking about?
I was busy.
Anyways, you can find Deep Rogers on Spotify. What are all the not Spotify? No, what are all the other SoundCloud,
SoundCloud, Mixcloud.
Facebook, Twitter. Anyways, just look up
Deep
Deep
Rogers.
Rogers. So it's all Deep House. Do you want to say a little bit about your music? No? Okay, so so obviously he just plays music. He doesn't talk in the mic.
So
Not
not
his
an
style.
MC
No
for your
speed.
event.
He is not the MC. Yeah.
No speak to you.
Okay, so we get all rid of our prizes. I don't think there's anything last minute. I think I want to talk about the feature season because we're going on video. So we are going to do some, as I mentioned, in our studio, which is in downtown Sudbury. That one we are going to bring in occasional guest speakers like we've done previously, or other guests. So if you want to
Stephen,
follow us, like Stephen, that's how he knows and answers trivia questions. But if you follow us along on the Facebook page, we now are also on Instagram and Twitter as well. We will be posting these directly to our YouTube channel. Then if you're following along for these, you'll hear little last minute invitations like, hey, we're doing this particular topic. If you can be downtown at our studio by 5 o'clock, you can come and join us. So as long as you're following along, and we'll usually post it like after lunch sometime or whatever, if it's the last.
Sometime that afternoon, you go, come now.
Yeah, it's one of those things that the first so many people, and again, it'll be just drinks and snacks, and we just turn the mics on. For those ones, the only difference is that the past season I used to edit a lot of our stuff out, so we would tape the audio and
I'm
upload
still
it.
gonna make her edit. Here's what it is.
But it's going on video this time, so I don't know how much editing is going to be. So they'll have to.
iMovie's an amazing thing.
I know, okay, but it's just, and that's one of the things that's going to be a little bit different. I wanted it to be a little bit more authentic, and as opposed to just hearing the voices, I want to get people to understand the environment that we're actually.
Oh my god, there's even more food.
There's more
Look at
food
that.
coming.
Yay, more
What?
food.
Oh no, they actually ordered food.
They
That's
ordered.
right.
Oh, that's not our food. That looks really good.
You're
though.
good. You're good.
I think it looks. I look at us going, oh, that looks good.
We're coming over to
So
sit
we're
with
going to
you
be.
soon.
I said we're getting close to 7 o'clock, and we're actually have live music starting here at Finn McCool's afterwards. So we want to make sure that Mr. Rob Will has a chance to get set up and ready for the crowd here in the patio. And we've been hogging the patio out here in this beautiful night here in Sudbury, Ontario, for most of the night. Does anybody have last little wishes that they want to see for the last season 2 before we finish up?
I want to hear more geek.
I want to hear more geek. I spoke a lot
I
tonight.
want to hear more geek.
Okay, cool. You
You
get
get a
more
whole
geek.
lot of like girl talk, but Deke has a lot of really amazing kind of insights and perspectives that he shares off mic, but we don't always hear them on mic. So this is my public call out to Deke to share those things on mic.
I'll be there, babe.
It's,
I'll be there.
it's almost like he's shy or something.
Right?
Okay.
Okay.
Wonders a lot.
So if we can do a kind of a cheers for our happy
Cheers.
birthday, first anniversary,
Cheers, guys.
and thank you so much
Thanks
to
for-
those folks.
Thanks
who
for
are
us
here.
listening, watching us, putting up with us. Follow us on all the social media channels, and I'm going to do my classic final shout out. It's going to be thanks again to Finn McCool's. Thanks to you all listening. And you can listen to us on all podcast players, all social media channels pretty much now, except for Pinterest. That's not our style. And until next week, cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks everyone for coming.
What do you think about us podcasters doing this whole video thing? If you like what you see and you still have wine in your glass, there's more videos down below that you can always keep up. Or subscribe and you'll never miss another one.